Let's talk about the shape of the Earth. Although some people have always thought the Earth is flat, most people have typically agreed that the Earth is a curved surface. And this was even before Columbus sailed to the New World. People made observations such as when a ship sailed away from the land, the mast of the ship would get lower and lower on the horizon until it disappeared, which would be explained by a curved surface. And of course, the natural curved surface for this to be would be something like a sphere. However, no one ever tried to measure how big the sphere of the Earth was until Eratosthenes, who was an ancient Greek. He made some interesting observations. One was that in a well at Syene in Africa, on a certain day of the year, sun would shine all the way to the bottom of the well, as is shown here. So the sun's rays are coming in and they're shining all the way to the bottom of the well where he could see the water. He thought if he traveled far enough to the north, such as up to Alexandria in Egypt, and put a pole in the ground, he would expect if the Earth was flat for those sun rays to come straight down the pole and for the pole not to cast a shadow. However, because the Earth is curved, he hypothesized that it would actually cast a shadow. He was able to measure how many degrees of the circle that shadow was, 7 degrees approximately. And then he was able to measure the distance from Syene to Alexandria, which is about 5,000 stadia, which is equivalent to about 8,000 kilometers. Using this and knowing that this is 7 degrees is approximately 1/50th of the way around a circle, he was able to estimate that the entire way around the circle would be 50 times 800, or about 40,000 kilometers. And even though this estimate was had a lot of assumptions in it, like the rays of the sun are parallel as they come to the Earth, which is not a poor assumption, and also he was not going directly north-south. This estimate of the circumference of the Earth is actually within 4% of the actual length of the Earth. So we can see the same thing here. We just kind of tilted the globe here. Now the sun is shining directly downward on the Earth. Here's Syene once again. The rays of the sun would go to the bottom of the well. And here in Alexandria, the pole is casting a shadow, and that shadow is measured as an angle of about 7 degrees, which is about 1/50th of the way around the world. And because this angle and this angle are the same, we can then estimate that to go all the way around the world, we would take that number and multiply it by 50.